Obi Toppin, so good off the bench last year for the Pacers, takes it inside and scores right away.
I think one of the big things you got to be able to do is get back. I mean, he somehow made a shot, and I mean, he ran into his own man.
Shot clock halfway through. Nembhard works against the taller Brandon Miller. Gets inside, finds Huff for the layup.
Nice shot.
Shot fake, Nembhard.
He had him.
Huff spins and scores.
He's a little more patient tonight, Chris. I thought he struggled. Well, listen, Joel Embiid to give you something to struggle with, and that's what the Pacers dealt with. A nice tap from the backside.
And Walker pounds it home. No question about that, JJ, on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance sideline. Great to see number one back on the floor as Bridges is going to fire and hit a three.
Bridges is looking to shoot more outside than playing on the inside.
Great pass by Toppin to Sheffley. Miller off the screen. Miller fires and hits. That's another three. Now it's Diabate. They post in now to Micah Potter off the bench. Potter bumps his way in. Nice pass to Brown for the dunk.
Really an excellent cut by Brown to recognize that inside is going to be a little bit of a problem. Wow. Pass by Miller and a heck of a piece of positioning by Diabate.
Fourth year out of Michigan. Was a second-round draft pick by the Clippers back in 2022.
Giant pass there. He was able to dial it.
T.J. McConnell's had two really good games this year against the Hornets, and a three by Micah Potter. Jones had a career high Tuesday night. He had 13 points. Walker inside, rimmed it out 27-26. So for Knipple,
who's made the most threes in the league?
Steph.
In this rotation, given he's been a two-way player, that kind of thing. He's made some big shots and big plays.
Knipple with three of them. You cannot lose him. Tied at 30. So now 204 on the year for Knipple as Jones goes in. O'Connell finds Jackson.
Nice job.
And Jackson pounds it hard on Tuesday against Philadelphia. He's coming off the bench tonight. And the Pacers lead at 37-31. Ball floats up a three and hits again. He had 37 points and hit 10 threes. He's going to fire it again off the mark. Kalkbrenner fights for the rebound and puts it in. Grant Williams is on the floor, 60 out of Tennessee. He's been injured much of the year, coming in off an injury, and a 4-3 for Knipple.
He really struggled, I thought, in the Philadelphia game.
He was 0 for 4. Ball gets inside. Kalkbrenner lays it in from being outscored. Ball off the screen from Kalkbrenner, finds Williams. He lets a three fly and hits. Short rebound ball. Yeah, 56% overall, 56% from three. Williams again.
Thank goodness he missed that one. If he'd made that one, he'd been on a heater. And, nice job by Nembhard. He lost it, got it back, and then was able to make a really good pass inside.
The other thing I was going to say, Quinn, they are totally healthy. They do not have an injury.
It's a great point.
Maybe Brown.
The commission is going to have to address, because when you look at the 65 game, I'm not sure it's the right or wrong number. Conceptually, I think it's got some real set the screen. Instead, he came out and got the ball.
Step through Kobe White, missed it, and Diabate over the top.
They're in good shape from a three-point shooting standpoint.
They are one game ahead of Milwaukee, who's in 11, so outside the play-in right now. Bridges rolls it in. Their second visit to the Intuit Dome. Here's a three by Ball, and he hits again.
I mean, he shoots that so easily. I mean, he steps back. There's some things that you really don't like about, anybody cannot like about, but I'm telling you, he is a talent.
Here's Knipple in transition, another one.
And that's what he does well. That's what he's been doing.
Shot clock at 9. Charlotte has it after Indiana missed. And Bridges misses. Got it back and put it in.
He got it back. He tipped it out of the hands of Jay Huff. right to Bridges.
Pacers use their 33rd different starting lineup. Obi Toppin started, and that is put in by Miller. Of the second quarter, Cam Jones hit a three. Pacers led by 6. All short since, and that's a drive by Shepard.
That's ball coming off the screen.
Ball. Puts it in.
Got to bring it a push off, too.
Another ball, rookie of the year back in 2021 as Quentin Jackson answers on the other.
Diabate was looking for the official to make a call. No call to be made.
Shot clock at 6. Ball has it against Shepard. To the basket is Miller. And Miller put it in and a
shot necessarily just as a three.
Diabate. He is so long. Jackson starting the second half and kicks to Obi Toppin, whose night is over. Walker drives and scores.
Take to the rim. Love to see that from Walker.
Ball with the rebound. Miller back the other way.
That's why you young players, you got to make a good pass on time and on target. Change the page with Pesci.
Has really turned a corner.
They're more athletic. That's why.
Brandon Miller.
Milwaukee, where I started for 6 years, to Boston, and coming off the bench the year the Celtics. I don't attribute it to myself necessarily because we had Scott.
On a two-way deal, you can only be active or play in 50 games. As Kobe White
looking at 71 points. Then
Jackson down the lane, off the glass, got it. Sion James, a rookie out of Duke. He was Knippel's teammate for the Blue Devils. He has the ball in the lane. Knippel had 5 threes in the first half and making 4 in this quarter, so 5 for the first time. And Knippel said, hey, they need the Pacers by 30. Walker the drive and the layup.
Clear space to do that. Knippel got it to him.
And a drive by McConnell.
Playmaker, but he can get a bucket.
Knippel stays out. He's going to shoot it again for 3 and got it again.
So it's a little bigger than you think.
Midwest kid from the Milwaukee area.
Milwaukee, yeah.
Blocked, but Shepard put it in. Knippel 3 times the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month. This is the 7th time this year he's made 6 or more threes. He's got 8. Nembhard to answer does. The Hornets, Walker, Huff, Shepard, Nembhard, and Brown, the 5 for the Pacers. And Diabate with authority. I would think I would not want him to get hurt.
I agree. That's why I'm saying who cares. That's what I was thinking about.
I'll tell you what, you have taken the banner of the Brickin' for Chicken without Ty.
If I'm asleep.
I did ask him on the last road trip before the All-Star break, I said, I just want to be sure about this.
He doesn't take a lot of shots, but he does a really good job of knocking them down. So I do. I see him in where I think he's most effective is talking in transition.
Kobe Brown lays it in. Nembhard leads Indiana with 20. 3 straight 20-point games for him. And Walker with the steal. Picked up by Brown. Jackson will lay it in. When Charlotte is about to do something that has never been done in the history of the NBA.
What's that?
Earlier in the year, they had 9 straight road losses. They're about ready to get their 9th straight road win.
Yeah, I bet he did. I'm telling you, that's kind of what made me think about it. Like, because we talked about it playing baseball. How athletic he is.
29 and 31 on the year. They're off until Saturday.